Right, hello, welcome back. In today's video we're addressing this comment, that one there. So looking at some early extension ideas and covering it in a little bit more detail than what I have done in the past. So let's get into it. First and foremost, we need to understand early extension. We need to know what it is, we need to know how it occurs, what ball flights it affects, all sorts of stuff. So first and foremost, what is early extension? Let's start with that. So early extension is a movement in the golf swing where the pelvis works towards the golf ball. We see a lot of straightening in his golf posture. Not good. That translates into a golfing swing problem, as it usually means that the hands get stuck behind the body. So we can see the dreaded two-way miss, which is a big block out to the right, but also a flipping of the club face and a big hook to the left. Now in most cases, early extension is not necessarily a swing problem, it's a body problem. So the guys at TPI, the Titleist Performance Institute, offer this really good screening where it can kind of outline and show to you whereabouts in your body the problems may occur, which then cause your early extensions. So for example, the test that they do is a deep overhead squat. Now this is a strange one for me because I can't actually do the deep overhead squat because I have ankle dorsiflexion problems. Very thankful, however, that I don't have early extension problems in my golf swing, so that is a bit of a blessing. So what do I mean by that? You'll see that as I go into an overhead squat, so you can either do this touching your shoulders or club over your head. I struggle with both, I can't do either. You'll see that as I get down, my ankles want to lift up, so I feel a lot of tension in shins, calves, all that kind of stuff. That's something that I need to consult with a physio about in order to sort, but like I said, thankfully I haven't got these problems. The deep overhead squat can test you for such problems as in your lats, in your hamstrings, in your ankles. So depending where you're seeing and feeling those deficiencies, go to a physio, get it checked out, and maybe that could help you on your first step to eradicating early extension. If you can do the deep overhead squat, then your body's working perfectly fine and it's just a golfing issue. So here's a good idea for you on how to sort your early extension out. We know that in early extension, your pelvis moves towards the golf ball, which is henceforth why hands get stuck and we have to do all this craziness. A super good idea for you is get real close to that golf ball. So then from there, if you were to then make the big early extension move, very hard to even strike the golf ball. So what this should help you do is really move that hip, left hip, out the way to ensure that you can still hit an half decent strike. Now the aim of the game is to still have a half decent centered strike and still hit some good golf shots while standing probably twice as close to the golf ball as what you normally would. So I'll give this a go. Here we go. So the aim of the game is to get your hips out of the way and not move them towards the golf ball. So this is probably where I'd take my normal golf posture, this kind of area. When I'm doing this drill, I move about twice as close. So feeling for me as I start the downswing, pressure shift is moving towards my heels on the downswing. And so instead of going this way, I'm moving this way. So left hip's turning out and going back. I'm really moving my pressure onto my heels, and that's going to help me not early extend and ensure that I'm still striking it out of the middle of that golf club. Probably see just as I've done there, you want to fall off in a backwards direction. You want to fall off it that way, but that only makes sense because you're making more functional movements and you're eradicating that early extension move now. So one last one. There we go. So then once you've done that and you're happy with it and you're happy making those moves that way as opposed to that way, it should result in an half decent golf shot for you. And thinking from a technical standpoint, if the most common fault associated with the early extension is the two-way miss, so hands getting stuck in behind the body because body's moving in a regular way, you get the big blocks or the hands can flip, hopefully. If you start to move the pelvis in a more proper way, get the left hip out the way a little bit earlier, you can see that we can work the hands a little bit better and hopefully straighten up that ball flight at the same time. There we go, nice controlled golf shot there. So that is early extension. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have any more ideas on things you want me to touch upon, to go through, make sure again you're leaving it in the comment section below. Check out the giveaway if you've not looked at it already. That ends on 30th of April, I think. It's drawn on 30th of April, sorry. And yeah, again, thanks for the support. It's been mint last few weeks. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. In the meantime, stay at home, stay safe, look after each other. See you tomorrow. Laters.